Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Ultra Confusion interview. This time we have Danny.
Hello.
Hello. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, yeah. My name's Danny Garfield. I'm the lead developer and director on the Metronomicon. It's our rhythm RPG we're coming out with this year. I guess I'm also a studio lead of my little studio, Puba. And we're working with Akupara Games to publish this for PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
Awesome. So, okay, music and RPG is kind of two genres that don't usually mix. So how did you decide to try to tackle the combination of those two genres?
Sure. So originally I was working on two different game design ideas. The first one I was kind of calling the Infinite Runner RPG. It's like, how do we keep all that strategy and depth and party building of a role-playing game, but kind of strip it down to its essentials, get rid of the menus and the waiting and the turns, and speed the whole thing up. Separately, I was looking at how do we introduce more subjectivity and player choice into a rhythm game. Because, a lot of them, though not all, tend to be, here's the notes, hit them.
Right.
And so it kind of occurred to me that like music, it has a pulse and a beat, it never slows down, a constant forward motion. Oh, we can use that to motivate our RPG, and so they kind of became all one idea.
So how long have you been working on this game?
I think we've been working on the Metronomicon just shy of 2 years now.
And so in that 2-year span, what would you say is one of the biggest hurdles you've had to overcome?
I think the biggest hurdle was probably from a design point of view. How do we do proper respect to both the RPG and the music genres? So for example, we've got on the RPG side all of the debuffs and buffs and elemental weakness and cures and 100,000 pieces of equipment and abilities to choose from. But at first we found that having all of that choice and so many things to look at hampered your ability to smoothly play the music.
Right.
And on the flip side, we really wanted to respect the music side and have, your accuracy matter, your streak matter, your choice of whether you go to the easier or the harder lanes of music count. And so what we ended up having to put together is we did a lot of play testing, some simple tweaks, stuff like a grace period. Whenever you jump into a new hero's lane to play music, you have as long as you want to scope things out, look at the enemy's health, their weakness, your health, decide what you're going to do. Now the enemies don't wait for you, and so we kind of respect the music side of that equation by saying like, well, if you wait too long, you're skipping your turn, so conversely going really fast is almost like a self-imposed haste.
So when people think about RPGs, they almost always think about, okay, if it's an RPG, how long does the developer think I'm going to be playing this game?
Sure.
So what amount of time do you think would satisfy you going, yeah, okay, you played our game?
What we've seen so far from most players is rough about, just for the story-driven campaign mode, about 8 to 9 hours. It's a 50-song soundtrack, and the campaign mode is driven through voice-acted cutscenes, meet new heroes, recruit them, build your party. But on top of that, and besides, we've got a free play mode, which is kind of like a multiplayer competitive mode. We've got an arena where we do all these weird modifications to how the game works, give you a weird party. Instead of surviving the song and killing enemies, who can steal the most treasure or kill the most enemies or cast the most spells? It really rewards clever players for building clever parties. And so the leaderboard, where it's usually for score, might be for all those different metrics.
Right.
We have side quests. We've got a really big post-game mode that we haven't quite announced yet as we get closer to the console mode. Daily challenges, a speedrun mode. It's really, every time we had an idea to do something new, I think we were kind of blessed by the fact that the RPG gives you so many ideas, so does the music side, and there's no reason we can't, like I said, fully respect both of them.
Right. So when do you think that this bad boy will be fully out on all the prospective platforms?
So the goal is to come out this summer. I'm thinking late summer. In fact, not thinking, the plan is late summer.
Okay.
And it'll be out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox. It's out for PC and Mac right now. And all of that new content that we're putting out in the console versions, and there's a lot, new hero, new mode, new passives, that'll all be patched for free into the PC and Mac versions as well.
Awesome. So if there is one thing or a bit of advice that you would give someone who's trying to become an indie developer, try to get into that lane, or perhaps someone who's already there but might need a little extra direction, what bit of advice would you bestow upon them?
I think my advice has changed a little with having done this last game. My advice used to be dive in with both feet. Like the difference between working part-time, and I know it's a huge gamble not to, the difference between diving full-time and saying this is what I do now makes not a difference just to like you and your time availability, but to the way you're perceived. Suddenly people come out of the woodwork, they want to join the team, they want to help, they want to, whether it be art, music, testing, development, something, it's perceived differently. It's like marriage. It's just looked at differently. But additionally, what we found here is for this music game, originally the plan was to do all the music ourselves. Myself, a handful of friends, musicians, and as early in development, we kind of realized we're doing a music game because we love music. We all have favorite bands. We should reach out and ask.
Right.
Who knows?
Right.
And we ended up we have an original song by the singer of one of my favorite bands, Mindless Self-Indulgence. Unreleased music by Shiny Toy Guns. Tracks by DJ Cutman, Ben Briggs, Megaran, Perturbator. And we did not think we'd get a single yes when we asked. We just,
Awesome.
we're like, hey, we're no one. Please love us. Want to do a thing. And we got just a shocking number of yeses. And so it's just, be bold. The whole thing is just be bold. And it's surprising how much just works out.
Awesome. So where could individuals find more information about you, your company, and the game?
Sure. So you can find out more about Poobah and the Metronomicon at puuba.com. You can also go to akuparagames.com, our publisher, akupara-games.com. And then we're all over Twitter, Poobah Danny, YouTube, Facebook, do Dev Diaries and all that. We have some really cool new video material coming out.
So you said Dev Diary, so it's like, it's like a day in the life of the developer?
Yeah, we've done ranging from nerdy videos about how we made the music work to, silly stuff and hero spotlights talking about strategy. We've streamed, tournaments for speedrunning the game. So yeah, it kind of runs the gamut. We've got the stuff we have lined up right now. I don't want to spoil, but across the next month and a half, there's some cool stuff coming out.
Awesome. So, real quick, what is the price point for the game?
It's $20 for the base game. Like I said, we've done one free expansion that allows you to choreograph your own music, pull in your own tracks. We've got another expansion coming up that's really big, new mode, new heroes, new stuff I can't talk about. The variety of DLC. Every DLC pack is songs and arena challenges and gear all in the same pack.
Cool. Well, I want to thank you for taking time to let me interview you.
Yeah.
Hopefully you do exactly what you want to do and everyone loves this and then, and buys all the DLC and supports you. So the best of luck with this and in the future. And once again, thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.